Hey everybody, it's me Carlo, and today we're going to look at Sonible's Smart Comp on bass guitar. Now I love bass guitar, and this track it's recorded pretty well, but this still needs a little bit of help with its dynamics, and we're going to use Smart Comp to get us there. So let's check it out. Now here's my bass guitar. I have it soloed. I did a little bit of Smart EQ2 processing here, also by Sonible, to help me with the tone of the bass, and that's feeding here into Smart Comp. Now, to get started, you could just start adjusting these parameters manually, which is a great way. It's an amazing compressor. Or you could take advantage of the profiling options here. From the drop down, we could choose any one of these settings, for example, bass guitar, and it's going to jumpstart our settings for us. It's going to listen to our bass guitar and create a custom profile settings based on what it's listening to. Let's take a listen. So I'll set that on bass, play the bass back, and activate this button for it to listen to it as it's playing the audio. And there you have it. So you could see that according to the signal that we were feeding it, it set a threshold of minus 16.5 dBs with a 2-to-1 ratio, 72 millisecond attack time, and 166 millisecond release time. And you can see the gain reduction here on the top left side. And that's also reflected here with the yellow graph at the top, how it's literally compressing, it's writing that signal down for us. All right, now to adjust some of this, you can grab, and I love the intuitive graphical user interface on all the Sonible products. You can grab this node and adjust the ratio like this. If I wanted a little bit more, let's say 2.5 there. And this is the knee, how fast or slow the compressor is going to kick in. Okay, let's take a listen to this. There. Now, if you open this disclosure arrow right here, you get access to more parameters. Here's my attack. You can adjust it with the knob or any one of these nodes. You can even adjust the shape of how the attack comes in. That's really cool. And this is, again, works for the release. So if I wanted maybe a quicker, let's say something there, and adjust the slope a little bit there, and our hold to come in a little bit later, like so. There we have it. That sounds nice. Now the focus option here is going to let you select a band, any size band. Here you go. It's let's go all the way to about 300 or so, from 20 to 289, and you can sweep this and adjust the width. And this will help you listen, focus your listening on specific bands of frequencies to help you, let's say you hear something, you want to really identify where it is. This is a really handy tool to aid you in that. Just activate the headphones and press play. There. Now this is just for referencing. It's like I said, it's a pretty resourceful aid, and it works great when you're working on really multi-timbral instruments like acoustic guitars and pianos and such. Try it out. So back to the shape. Okay, there, and we can close that. Now you have spectral compression. This is what's going to allow you a level of transparency. And what that means is the Smart Comp is literally looking ahead and analyzing the audio. It's a linear phase compressor. So make sure you activate your delay compensation on whatever DAW you're using. That's also a little tip for you in case you do run into some latency there. Just make sure delay compensation is on. I think that helps all the time. But spectral compression is going to look ahead into the audio and analyze thousands of bands, frequency bands at one time, and intelligently operate the compression relative to that. And you can adjust that with the sensitivity here. You can bring it all the way down or all the way up to 150%. So let's try that. Let me deactivate it. And let's see what kind of effect that has on this bass guitar in particular. Let's activate it. So from my ears, what I'm hearing is it actually, wow. I hope, try listening to this at headphones. I really think that'll help reference for some critical listening. It's still riding the bass, but a little bit less ear fatiguing. You know what? That's really cool. I'm gonna experiment with more of that myself. Now let's bypass it and let's AB it a little bit. Not with this AB, but the bypass AB. Here's without the smart comp. And now here's with our settings engaged. Now these settings, remember, we profile these from the drop down and then we customize them a little bit to taste. This bass performance didn't need too much, but of course it was a little bit more. We wanted to ride some of the threshold here at 16, and I adjust the ratio to about 2.5. In fact, I think I'm going to bring that down a little bit to about 3. Now let's hear it with the compressor engaged. Yeah, those settings work really well for me. It sounds linear, it's still flexible, has some pleasing dynamics, and nothing is really popping out that might distract you from the vocals of the song or something else. This is a pleasant, good, solid setting for this performance. Let's bring in the drums, which I also have smart comp on here. And let's, yeah, here it is right here. So I got smart comp on the drum bus and smart comp here on the bass guitar. Let's take a listen to them together. Programs like this from Sonible that have this level of AI built into them really seem to be on the cutting edge of plugins these days, because I could still get in there and customize it, impart my own personal creativity in my production, but it does seem to give me a leverage, a leg up on it. I think if you depend on it all the time, you're going to get different results. But if you actually use them creatively and then set the parameters perfectly the way you want them according to your production style, this is going to speed up your workflow every time. I feel that the spectral ducking here, the way that it imparts this multi-timbral, this multi-band frequency transparency with its look ahead is what I'm trying to say. And adjusting the sensitivity does do something magical to my tracks. But of course, the best way is to find out for yourself. My name is Carlo Libertini. This is Sonible Smart Comp here on bass guitar. Thanks for watching.